Now, if you were expecting Ghostwire Tokyo gameplay, no. This is actually something I found on the Ghostwire Tokyo Steam page, but it's not the game, it's a prelude to the game. Today has been a long day, my friends. I'm really drawing straws out of the hat. So yeah, I found this, and I wasn't gonna pay $60 because I don't have the money to pay $60 and feel comfortable about paying that kind of money if I don't know what kind of game it is. But I also bought Prey from Bethesda, and I played the full game, and that was pretty good. It was hard.
Pretty good.
So I'm hoping this prelude will be like interesting enough to where I'll actually buy the game, and if you want, I'll play it on the channel. So I guess we'll see. Rinko. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. Okay. You know, for a prelude, I'm more confused than if I would have just played the regular game without it. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Clearly. The Kuri Goaka? God dang. Oh, I'm gonna offend so many Japanese people. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled the Kuri Gaoka Vanishing. Is that right? Anyways, he reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog in the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were clothes of a mother and his son, left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine. A parent and her child just gone. Precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. Who's talking, Ryota? Is this like your consciousness, Ryota? That's crazy. This kid is older than he thinks.
I sound like a little girl in my mind.
It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute. But I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. Why? That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment. But my other wrath kept me going. Yeah? Anger is, it's pretty strong. Anger will keep you stuck on an Elden Ring boss for a good while. I would know. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away. Rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. There's a joke there. But I feel like you already know what it is, so there's no reason for me to... Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Maru Noachi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Maru Noachi. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. Language, dude. Did you not know kids were gonna read this? I just got the idea. Is this kid going to be the main character in Tokyo Ghostwire? I don't know. I have no idea. I know nothing about the game other than it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. And, scary. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see the spirits and monsters into fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of a woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. Well, that was nice of you. She is rather old. What use is she to society? When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag. Found the missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile. The way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. Oh, please, get better initials. Could monsters really live among us? These case files say that yes, they absolutely can. And do. According to this one, a lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually I'd brush it off as another runaway, but after seeing the crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. Turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. Turns out I'm the only one that can see these black stains because I'm the only one with a black light. And it also turns out they weren't black.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
The lady who lived there and showed me in made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking a bath, longer than usual, and so she went to the bathroom to check in on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone. For a short instant, it was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my finger on the rim of the bathtub and there was a transparent, sticky slime-like substance. Your boyfriend's cheating on you. A reflection of a shrine shone on the water surface. That's God telling you where to find this fucking jackass. I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident, see if these things ring any bells. I purged the black stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady. What will she do now? What can any of us do? KK. Oh! But I already read this one. Oh, okay. In these posts, the kid had found something. Or rather, someone. Someone called KK. Please, get better initial! Has been looking into monsters in this part of town. A believer, just like Ryota. Social media would never lie. And that means KK is an expert. Maybe the expert in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. It's like, okay. Is he... Do I just keep clicking? Wow, that was awfully convenient. Google is scary. Or my bad, Sagasu. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Okay, so we're going to meet this KK. We're going to a meeting with KK. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I'm not good and I need your help. Monster's got my best friend Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. She zeroed in on one of the dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data flies across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds, and open case files. Somehow, through all of these screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole's within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows that no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Oh, damn, look at Ed! Looking dapper as hell. Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy. People are hard. Ain't that true, Ed? Ain't that true? Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. What the hell? Oh, Ed is a real big introvert. Okay, that's fine. That's very strange, though. I don't think I've ever met anyone that introverted. I've only watched Comey Can't Communicate, but I've never, in actual life, seen someone that introverted. It's possible. Don't get me wrong, there's 7 billion of us. Someone's bound to be doing something like this. But I've never met them. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan. Manhole girls? What? I'm intrigued! I'll tell me more, Ed! Vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though, I speak purely out of personal interest. It might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend that you want to look into, Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how to spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is... Want me to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? You sound like you'd sound like that. Do you not have school? That's a schoolgirl's outfit, isn't it? Not that I would know. My browser isn't up, is it? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right. Oh my god! At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stomach in that face. Besides, we've got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. Yeah, go to class, Erica. What are you doing? You have so much to live for. You shouldn't even be worrying about manhole girls. You don't want to become one, do you? The stall is... I'm sorry for stopping so much. I don't know if you guys are really into this or not. I was not expecting this to be a light novel. A visual novel. I don't hate visual novels. I'm just genuinely shocked that this is what I signed up for when I downloaded this. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. The silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Okay. Oh, I have the power here. I'm gonna eat my food. The detective reaches over and presses the ignore button. Turns off the ringer off entirely. In the beautiful silence, he takes another big slurp of noodles. I might not always be around. Time to see how they do without me. Oh. Interesting. Oh, okay. So I didn't no, this is exactly how I wanted that to go. Interesting. So I have choices. I think he's ignoring my messages. I know he'll never win world's most reliable partner, but this isn't really like him. It's not his style to turn down a job like this, no matter how minor it might seem. Well, it's a good thing that he's being controlled by me, because it is my style to turn down a job. I don't do no extra overtime. Yeah, he pulls this stuff all the time. Probably fine.
If he is involved, it's hard to say what's possible. It could be serious, Ed. I think it's serious, Rinko. A rumor so simple to verify, it's far more likely your friend has already looked into it and dismissed it. After all, the manhole girl
I don't like that.
isn't entirely new. Our energy may be better off elsewhere.
You're right. We've got more important things to focus on right now. This time another social media post pops up and grabs Rinko's attention. Reports of a yokai in the form of a double-tailed cat milling her out of a local convenience store. I really think this kid is the main character in Ghostwire. Ryota stares at his phone, waiting for a reply, but he doesn't receive one. With no one to help, he doesn't know what to do. The only thing he can do is wait. Where are you, Mr. KK? My friend is in trouble! Ryota pulls out his notebook and begins to doodle to pass the time. He draws a child in a raincoat dancing under an umbrella. Unless... Ryota stops drawing and slowly looks up. Someone is approaching from the alley behind his house. Game over! Oh, what? Okay, there's wrong choices in this game, is what I figured out. Answer. Let me guess. I'll be risking life and limb. That why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Ha! You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being alone and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not fool enough to pretend this team isn't half okay.
If you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but...
For right now, there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so... Whoa! Hold up! Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Okay, well, there's 4 choices. I can talk to myself about it? I feel like that's the wrong choice. I'm gonna talk to myself. You know what? Second thought, I've heard everything I need. Just point me in the right direction and I'm sure I can figure out the rest. Did I mess up? Did I mess up? Am I supposed to be like super trustworthy? Am I supposed to be a good friend is what I'm hearing? Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He's young, but he's very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. Is anyone else getting like their eyes are messing with them with this color scheme? Oh my god. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What do you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding, despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry that odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit. I know. But you get the benefits of a partner, not the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to the scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK. Oh, can we get a full name or like even a last name? Because I know you guys don't use first names unless you're like really close. That would be great. What's your middle initial, actually? The ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. Why is that the common movie cliche? Whenever someone meets someone that they've been wanting to meet.
Huh, I thought you'd be taller.
They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK. Maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees the social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on, collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, it's me, KK. But I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You want an investigator, kid? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearance at the manholes. From the manhole girls. Here's the thing. I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still, got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sosuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back there. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. Ryota's bluffing. Wait. Also, this kid look how swagged out this kid is. I wish I looked like this kid as a kid. I had no outfits like that. I got hand-me-downs. That's not fair. You must be an only child. I know he is. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. Sadness comes over him when he looks back toward the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid, then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened? The moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness. But it came and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place with so much going down in this city. Some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Press for more info. Call the kid's bluff. I don't think this kid is bluffing. So I think this is a dumb option. I'm going to press for more info. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sosuke's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone has been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sosuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. He's lucky to have you. I don't know. His parents just gave up hope that fast? I don't know how I feel about that. That's so sad. His parents just gave up hope immediately. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of those cases you investigated. You know there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sosuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend, Erica. She lost someone too. She'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where the Sosuke pal of yours disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here. Ain't I? How do I... Wait, first off, how do I get paid? Should I ask this kid? Is this kid gonna pay me? I don't do my services for free. Okay, not like those manhole girls. Let me check in with my team. See if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what this kid has told me. Ed doesn't really talk. Erica's a dunce. You're Erica, right? Excuse me. I want to talk to Ed, actually. Ed, you find anything in those files of yours while I was talking to this kid? Unfortunately, I've only done a limited amount of my own research into this legend before being pulled away by other tasks. That said, I've been quite eager to continue it. Ed, spit it out. What do you know? Of course, it's still just theory. While he was speaking, Ed queued up another file in this audio recorder. He lets it do the talking for him, you're out. While installing some ethereal energy monitoring hardware that I decided to place throughout the city, I've become more aware of micropulses within Tokyo's electrical grid that are only recognizable within distinct frequencies. It is my belief that these frequencies are tied to a spiritual resonance, a byproduct of vanishing experiments. My intention is to continue monitoring these pulses via the mobile lab, with the hope of ultimately detecting the source location. So far, signs point to the Shibuya district, but I've been unable to produce more specific results. It's as if the source is continually moving, relocating, perhaps to avoid the exact type of precision detection that I seek to achieve. Moving target, eh? Hell, if you were trying to move quickly through the city undetected, you could do worse than the sewers. Well, Ed, time to test this theory of yours. Ryota, it's time to find Sosuke. How long is this? I was expecting just a quick little thing. Cool. I wonder how many people actually play this. Get the prelude and like run through this, go through all the scenarios just to find like all of the bits and pieces to piece together in the actual game. See what fits. I don't know if I'll do it, but I mean, it's just cool. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hands out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his finger, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down to the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Huh. What the hell? A strange trail floats into view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the valley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eyeline down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. Take a risk like that and change your life forever? The world's a scary place. And it keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Yeah, I've seen some of the monsters in Ghostwire Tokyo, and if I'm being honest, I saw them in real life, I would probably die. KK and Ringo are in big trouble. This time. Running like rats desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and... Monsters! Better find another exit. Ringo turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Body's reacting to the ether. Whoa! Okay, I need to put a warning before this. Holy crap. Okay, I'm going to read this as fast as possible. As KK looks into the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Oh god, another hallucination the world's breaking in two. This is cool, but holy goodness. That'd be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn. We're surrounded. By what? Mr. KK? Are you okay? Huh? Oh, sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight. I won't be long. Okay. Now we're back here. Really likes to jump me around. I just want to see these. I want to see some enemies, man. See some visual novel enemies. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue. It is exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There's a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off from pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. Might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Relax. Ed's research has already prepared me. I'm ready. I appreciate the vote of confidence on behalf of my work, but that research was actually quite limited. It was more of a brief overview. In fact, I wouldn't call it actionable intelligence, so to speak. It was a very informative overview. I doubt I could be any more ready than I am right now. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. Keiko decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. Alright, I think the best answer is you. What Erica and I have been through, I don't expect everyone else to understand. Hell, I barely understand it. Here's what I do understand. I take risks so others don't have to. And yeah, you all do the same. That's why I'm proud to call you my team. But it has to stop somewhere. A line needs to be drawn. We aren't the vulnerable ones who need your protection. We're all strong, and that strength multiplies when we work together to help others.
You two are special to me, both of you, and I think I understand where you're both coming from. It's just that this torment, once that power has gotten inside of you, the affinity,
it won't let you rest.
It's like being chased. We're running from something awful. I'm sorry that I'm not making sense. I just can't be quiet right now. I have to speak my truth. I have to support whatever decision he makes. This truly selfish act would be to stand still and let it overtake you. In the end, I know that I would do the same thing. Let's hope you never have.
Oh, sorry. Let's hope you never have to. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hide on countless occasions. You don't think I realize that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Alright. Oh! Yeah, these aren't even the scary ones. Nah. No, there are way scarier ones in Ghostwire. I've seen the trailer. I know it. I know what crazy shoot comes around. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between two horrific figures into some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK whizzes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of these ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretches his hands out toward the crystals. Wait, stop! Stopping's not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters. Same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Ooh! Oh, they're like rupees. Except for that one, it's a triangle. Whoa! Okay. What's this back and forth? Is it just showing how he figured out to use powers by the ether crystals? KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sosuke? KK looks around again and, finding nothing, focuses attention on his haunted manhole. Spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibakure. I think that's right. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Oh, that'd be horrible. Or the best. What if you were trapped in a girl's locker room? Kind of like Gretel from Harry Potter. Was Gretel a pervert? Okay, Spectre. What's keeping you tied down here? Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know. What are you doing here? Specifically at this manhole cover. Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around, just having fun. Alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So, just being neighborly, huh? Yes! Wait. I can do better than that. Yes! No. Not making friend. Protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? There was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. This isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster? A monster. The specter points downwards. Underneath, huh? KK stares in the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the specter nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure. Nobody else is even here.
You want some chicken?
Alright, so I got chicken now. This is turning into a damn clown show. Kid, I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe. Not safe. Monster. Oh god, the chicken getting to me now. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Oh, speaking of which, hey, what's up? How you doing, Erica, Rinko, and Ed? Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? A piece of chicken. A piece of the chicken breading went down the wrong pipe. Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who you calling, mister? Are they nice? Or nicer? Client services. Sound more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt. And juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighs. A long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Rinko! You, Rinko. There's nobody I trust more. The way you've looked after Erica, you've got a way with young people I just don't. Talk some sense into this kid. Make him give me the space I need to get the job done. Okay. Put him on. Ryota holds KK's phone to his ear, happy to make another new friend. Yes, Miss Ghost Hunter? No, Ryota, this is Rinko. I'm the one who first read your message about your friend Sosuke. We're going to find him. You just have to trust us and listen to us. We also need your help. Will you help us? We need a new deputy for our paranormal investigation force. A deputy? Like a real deputy? Yeah! Perfect. You're now on an official task force lookout. It's a tough job. Not just anyone can do it. But I believe in you. This is the equivalent of giving your brother a broken PS2 controller and saying he can play with you. I'm sending an alert to your smartphone right now. Every 5 minutes, send me a message and tell me what you see. Even if it's just normal stuff. I'll do my best. But you need to stay right where you are. If you go anywhere, that wouldn't be good task force lookout work. In that case, I'd be forced to demote you to a lower position. You have no idea what the kind of paperwork that would create. You can count on me, Rinko. KK watches as Ryota smiles and hands the phone back to him. Another kid puts on a tough deputy face, gives a survey the entrance there. That's adorable. You gotta love kids. Sometimes. We good? He's on lookout duty. That should keep him busy. For a while. But you better proceed with caution. We're on our way. You're the best. Tell me something I don't already know. Now to get down there and find your pal Sosuke. Interesting. How long is this chapter? Jeez. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets. But not because of any change in light. No. This darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waistcoats the ground and plugs the drains. Whoa! So this is what he sees, huh? And I thought the sewers was already a shitty place. But the air itself is rejecting him. As corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kagare only increases. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... Oh. Oh, that's neat. Oh, okay. There's actually stuff I gotta do. Awesome. Cleanse its corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better. Minus the stink. Is that stink or is that just like fog? Because holy crap, if I went into the sewer and it was steaming, why would I go into the sewer? Look, you don't need to know my life. With the Kagare now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Oh, you were in the trailer too. Is this Sosuke? Sosuke, is that you? Small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey you, kid. You okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out. The teeny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sosuke, but I'm worried. He won't... Muffled sounds. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds. Struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Hello? Is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? Let's hear Ed's lovely British voice. Ed, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sosuke wearing a yellow raincoat? Scratchy connection makes it impossible to understand. Sosuke... It's about Sosuke? Not... Ed, I can't understand. Sosuke is not what? Not Sosuke! The call cuts out, the phone going dead in KK's hand. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sosuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up. He turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sosuke. You're the monster. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving, monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. Increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth, and... Oh, this is the antagonist of the game, isn't it? Interesting. I genuinely want this game to have... I haven't seen anything on it. I want this game to have all of the weird legends that Japan has as, like, monster characters. Because, some of them are creepy. Like, Japan makes some really, really creepy... has some really gnarly legends. Like, it's horrible. We have the Jersey Devil. As if Jersey was already a nice place to go. At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glance. You son of a bitch! Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessels turn out to be. The stranger takes something out of his hands. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration, it surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. Well, how would you frickin' know? As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Oh! Slenderman. For two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been wanting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. How? Summon a shield to protect... This is interesting. It's It's a visual novel, but it still has aspects from, you know, has other game mechanics. I can use this. I'm going to stop them from moving. The umbrella visitors are frozen in place. Only one stun talisman is left. Okay. Damage a single visitor. They look super effective. Okay, one's injured. The umbrella visitors awaken from the stun. Oh, that is dope! Oh, it even shows him. Summon a shield to protect from a visitor attack. I'll summon a shield this time. Let's just play a roulette. Barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected. The barrier is broken. I didn't mean to, oh, okay, well that's... Got a long wind-up on that thing. One umbrella visitor is injured. Umbrella visitor attacks. Shield. Barrier appears in front of KK. It's defended. Okay, got this. We can shoot you in the face. Maybe speed this up. And bingo blambo. He's dead. You're done. Oh, he's not dead yet. Oh. Cat's cradle! The fight now over, the sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kafuda. This must be what summons those things. KK reaches out to take the kafuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, okay, well, I'm about to say, better not end now. Rinko? God damn it, Rinko! Erika? KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. Through his body? When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. Oh, Chidori. He just Sasuke'd your ass. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Oh, that's, yeah. It's basically Chidori, except for the lightning part. Looking back up, KK sees a... Wait a second. Sasuke can summon black flames from his eyes. Interesting. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. You're... As KK comes to... He realizes that he's in the tunnel once again. No, still. Looks at his chest, it's totally fine, no gaping hole. Not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream. Maybe a vision? He grips the kafuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. Okay, at that moment, KK realized he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fear, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity. But before he can raise his other hand... Ugh! KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. Wait, what happened? I want to see this other entity. I recorded something that I would like to share with you. You see, I've never been as comfortable speaking from the heart as others around me. That said, I'm no fool. I can understand what it means to show emotion. I know that it's not something easily captured, no matter how sophisticated the recording. So I've deleted it, and I will now do my best to express this directly to you. Alright. I'm glad that you're okay. Wow, Ed. That's deep. I mean, for you anyway. Yes. Thank you for lightening the mood by mocking this moment of vulnerability. Anytime. All of my instruments, devices, software, they tell a story. However, it's just that. A story. It's not necessarily the truth, it's an interpretation of the truth. Data is, of course, malleable. The story that was told to me when we encountered this alleyway today was, how to say, rather grim. Sorry that I scared you like that. Naturally, I've prepared for numerous statistically viable conclusions. However, despite what the numbers tell me, I've never made a plan for carrying on in your absence. Now I don't know what else to say. I'm flattered, I suppose. But you don't want to believe how likely I am to die. I have backup plans for my backup plans, but you're in all of them. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this trouble. His young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog. Oh! Your best friend can be your dog. How did it get down there? How did it not break its legs? This dog is incredible. And it's a Shiba Inu! Oh, it's a meme dog! No wonder you didn't want to lose it. You know how expensive those things are? He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke... Well, that's why his parents weren't looking for him. Alright. That makes so much more sense now. Thought it was an actual child. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared. Sosuke loves everyone. Maybe you should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps his distance. Why is it always like that? Why is it always the big dude, or like the main character, like the quiet badass, is always like, I don't like animals. Animals don't like me. I like animals.
But I'm obviously not a badass.
Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? That's the short nickname. Because KK wasn't short enough. You could just go by K. Or actually, just go by blank. I suppose it has a fun ring to it. Not quite as formal as your full name. Before we... What the f... Is his full name in the actual game? Is that what's happening? Can we not actually... This is stupid. I'm upset. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse. Fighting monsters or filling out all these damn forms. It has every cliche in the book. Erica.
It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork.
KK scribbles out a few quick lines. Only Ed can read them. Hey, kid. This is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? It's a bill. Yeah, I thought so. Every cliche in the book. Ryota's face thinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, The Case of Cursed Manhole. Extermination complete. KK. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we didn't get to choose. Call me what you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days. Definitely not one of my old names. So it's not Ryota. He's the main character. But doesn't the main character have a sister in like the hospital? Oh, I gotta play this game now. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That's sad. Guess KK's not so bad. That was the prelude. Okay. I don't think you had to play this at all. I feel like they would have showed everything. It wouldn't have showed Ryota and his Shiba Inu, but it would have showed his past and why he hates that guy in the real game. So, but I was just curious. I just wanted to see the lore. It was fun. It was honestly, it was a little fun demo game to make me want to play the actual game. And you did it. I do want to play the actual game. I just don't have the funds right now. Maybe soon I'll play the game. Maybe it'll be a series. I don't know. Guess we'll find out eventually. This is why I like Dark Souls so much. I love big, creepy monsters. I just love monsters. Because it's all up to your imagination. And seeing something like that come to life from your imagination It's just mind-boggling. I like looking at strange things. Not dicks. Not dicks. But I like seeing strange monsters come to life. I'm going to see if there's anything else. I doubt there is. But if not, I'll say my concluding remarks. And I'll let you go on with your day. Or night. Yeah, so, Ghostwire Tokyo. This is a game. They look a lot scarier than they did in the actual. I want to see if I can find one of the ones I was talking about. Because there is one chick that is utterly terrifying. No, they don't have a picture of it. But yeah, this is Ghostwire Tokyo if you guys want to play it. Or you just want to play the Prelude. It's down there in Steam. I don't know if they have it on PlayStation, because I'm pretty sure this is on PlayStation too. But yeah, that's it for me. Just gonna eat my chicken. Have a good day. You have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Oh, watch for price. Oh, watch for. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Not enough data to show price. What the hell? Thanks a lot, honey. Well, anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.